Hello, water. How's it going, guys? Welcome back. It's been a while. You know, I am a Scorpio rising, which is extremely dominant, but then I have all kinds of air that just, I don't know what happens when water and air mix. So here we are. I decided that, I was getting like some signs and like some inspiration to do a readings. And I haven't really felt that way in a while. I've had a lot of heavy energy going on and a lot of transformation, transition energy. So I haven't been inclined as usual. So anyhow, I have been this week, and then I realized, the events of the supermoon in Virgo and spring forward and Mercury coming out of retrograde. Virgos, really hit. If you've got Virgo in your chart, you're probably feeling some transitional energy right now. Anyhow, so let's do a reading. I already pulled the cards, and they're in piles. I haven't seen them. They typically fall face down most of the time, and I just like stack them in order of how they fell, and then read them in order of how they fell. And so we'll uncover it together. It just saves time in the reading, really, and gives me that extra space and time to actually discuss it versus discuss it as it falls and then rediscuss it. So we're trying this new method. Okay, so let's do it, guys. Kind of excited for this reading. The air sign reading really hit me, in a way that seemed resonant. So we'll see, since I got that water in the chart too, how this also plays in. I hope you guys are well. Feeling the need for the spring to hit. Winter was, wow, arduous and cold. So, yeah, ready. But then for me in the desert, it's just like, it means warm for a minute and then hot for a lot. And, yeah, so it's a two-edged, double-edged sword. So I have been, under this new premise of the way I'm drawing, I've been limiting to one card fall at a time, which I have held strong to in every single reading. This is the last of the elemental readings, and yeah, you guys, it's just like these two fell. You have an extra card because two fell, and I really got to like keep it. Like, I looked at it, I felt it, and it really felt like it had to stay. So I don't know. I'll see. We'll see. Maybe it applies. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe there are some that it will apply to and some that it will not. Okay, so we're starting off with the High Priestess, Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so there's an intuitive value going on right now with the High Priestess. Like, she's all about intuition and the feminine aspects of the Hierophant. So, the Hierophant's all about that contract, and that could be marriage. It could be a spiritual contract. Could be, even a work contract, I guess, I would think that's more like justice. But anyhow, the Ten of Swords being coupled with the Ten of Pentacles is super, like, interesting, because it's like, it's almost as if what has manifested in actual 3D reality may appear to be a sense of completion for you, but there's also just like a pain. There's pain associated to it, and intuitively you understand the need to end the pain, to bring that true Ten of Pentacles completion to the table. Okay. The next one is about healing. It starts off with Temperance, and then Queen of Swords and the Devil. Okay, so you're healing, and the Queen of Swords, who's an air sign, could be an air sign, feminine energy, who brings truth to the table. And she's a little more eloquent than the King. She's like, listen, I just don't want to do this anymore. It's like, nothing against you, but I don't want to do it anymore, or whatever. And like, you're, saying that to the devil. All right, the devil is here, and you're healing from some experientials with the devil, and you're facing the truth of your chain to him, which would be an addiction of sorts, of any real sort, and that which chains us. It also is codependent relationships and sexuality, okay? But you're waking up to the truth, and you're being feminine, you're being gentle about it to some degree, but, you know, it's over with. So you're really, you know, facing the truth and trying to heal with it. Because that's why I think where that Ten of Swords comes in, looking at the devil, and you're, you know, facing the truth and finding balance and healing when it comes to the devil energy. I think that Ten of Swords and your intuition, you know that the devil energy has brought on the Ten of Swords to your reality, to everything that you've built, your Ten of Pentacles, okay? And it's like really important to balance and heal from that, because in the third column, you know, you have a mental entrapment. You know, you've got Six of Wands strength with Eight of Swords, and so strength can also be Leo. It can represent a Leo personality or time of year, but you know, like there's a victorious energy coming forth if you can have strength through the mental entrapments here. Okay, so you know, again, whether that's codependent energy, like work, addictions, whatever it is, it's like causing you to like really have like a mental imprisonment created, wherein you can get out of this at any time. It is your choice, but you in your mind are creating it. And the Four of Swords next, you know, sort of relates to that Temperance card in a minor arcana way, where it's a forced respite. It's like, lay the fuck down, sit down, okay, and take a rest. And it feels like it's almost an observing card to me, you know, because beneath that, it's like you've got the Magician and the Three of Swords, and you know, so you need to take a step back and bring in that Magician and have him take a look at what is left in this rubble of the Three of Swords, the despair, the heartbreak, the heartache, possible third parties with the devil. You know, this, if someone is, you know, right now, like could be the Queen of Swords, you could be a female, you know, embodying that Queen of Swords energy, and really looking for the strength, you know, to be the Magician as you take a step back and, you know, begin to take assessment of what is left in your resource, not just financial, you know, but emotional and time and all those things, and gathering them together after this period of despair, this Ten of Swords, this dance with the devil, okay, and it has just caused heartbreak and despair in your life, okay? So, you know, now we come upon after this period of respite and employing the Magician and being like, hey, man, why don't you come hang with me for a minute and let's have a conversation and, you know, take a look at this for me and help me figure out what's left. You're going to see like hope reemerge through the star, because it's like major arcana hope. And faith and the vision and the dream is going to reemerge with Six of Pentacles, okay? You're going to begin to give and receive with that dream space, and with also a possibility of recognition for it, you know? And recognizing the hope in your life and what really is good because of this Four of Swords shutdown, pretty much. I mean, it's like those rehabs that are supposed to be sort of like resorts, but I mean, you're in a freaking rehab. Like, how resorty can it get? Or the resort, like rehabilitation centers where you like go have surgery, and then you go to the resort, but it's like you can hardly move. You know, it's like that type of thing where, you know, you have no choice now but to really assess and, like I said, take from the rubble what's left, from the destruction of this devil and the mental imprisonment that you were in because of the Ten of Swords, you know, and your intuitive understanding that had to do with your own dance with the devil, and you manifested this, okay? And it's like you didn't even realize. I feel like this wasn't even something, I don't think it was even, I don't feel drug addiction, you know. There's no cups, I don't see alcoholism. It really feels like some other type of like mental addiction, mental issues, whether that's codependent relationships, friendships, things that are really taking from you and chaining you to an unhealthy situation, causing a lot of pain. So, with the Ten of Swords again, you know what I mean? You got the Ten of Swords again under that Six of Pentacles. You're finding hope. You are exchanging with hope again through the ending of the completed cycle of swords, the completed cycle of pain. Now you were able to move through that painful exchange in your life and find hope again, okay? And then in the last column, that's where we've got that double card fall. You have 4 cards, and it's the Eight of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. And so, once that hope, you begin to exchange with hope. It's like, it's almost as if that exchange, that honest, from the heart, emotional, the Two of Cups, the coming to the table and being able to be met there in the heart, like whether romantic or not, okay? The Two of Cups is the way you want to feel with every day, as if the other cup was like what you experienced in every day. You know what I mean? You really want your life to be that reality where you're reflecting from yourself out into the world. That Ace of Cups becomes reflected. Your full cup and your ability to self-love and renew your own well within the cup without anyone else, and then finding others who do the same and sharing that. There comes there comes a time, right? That there's like a song called Comes a Time, and I don't know, it's coming to my mind right now, so I haven't had a song come through yet, like today. So any of you, like, Jerry covers it. I believe it is a cover, but it's called Comes a Time. I believe there's a couple people who cover it, and I think Neil Young does a version that is not the one I'm talking about. It's the one the Grateful Dead does. Anyhow, back to the topic. Sorry about that. Eight of Wands is like rapid communication. So you're ready, once you have this like renewal of hope and you begin to really invest in it, you're ready to reflect it. You're ready to move past the pain, and like, it's almost as if you're ready to communicate. You've been observing this reflection. You've been observing, the possibilities that lie within this possible full reflective reality, and you want to manifest it as the King of Pentacles. You want to bring it into reality. So you want to move fast on this and passionately. I don't think you want to be spying on it anymore. Or this could indicate for some people that you're going to receive messages. For some feminine, this row actually could read that once you pull out of the pain, and begin to exchange, like, not only with like your own hopes and dreams and things like of that nature, the cosmos, the star card, you will be able to then complete the pain cycle and begin rapidly receiving new passionate energy, wherein there may be like a King of Pentacles, a earth sign male, who has been sort of spying or waiting on you to heal for that romantic reflexive possibility, because the Two of Cups does, read of that as a possibility. But so for some of you, for a few of you that are female, that may be applicable, but I do feel it more so in that sense, like I spoke of to begin with, okay? Under the deck, we've got Three of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Tower, okay? So, I mean, this realization has really brought it down, okay? The Tower is like destruction and, the complete upheaval, okay? I don't want to say destruction, but upheaval of what your current perspective is. And you're struggling with that, but it's like the Three of Wands and the Five of Wands and having strength again, and then we equal the Eight of Wands, which we ended on the fast movement. So, you're going to move through it. It's now becoming, as you have the Four of Swords respite, you realize cosmic healing intuitively and want to move away from and be honest with the devil, and complete this freaking pain cycle. You've already, have the major arcana strength and victory being, you know, read over the mental entrapment, over this prison you've created for yourself, in whatever way you have, right? The devil, in whatever way you've interacted with the devil in the prison you two created together. So, you know, the step back with, and, you know, letting the magician come through and handle that Three of Swords despair coming from it, that just won't, it's like that little bit inside that just won't go away or whatever. I think the magician's going to come through and really be able to pull again, you know, what's left from the rubble into resource, renewing hope and your trust to, like, even exchange with hope and faith, and truly ending the pain cycle, which will then rapidly come and bring to you, sort of the life you've been spying on, where, and you will be able to manifest this honest reflection, okay? And the new moon at the end of the month may be something that becomes wherein you see, you know, movement occur, okay? So this time span may be, but it's like a promise. You're grounding into this promise to yourself, it seems, you know, to let go of the devil and to love the self. And then you have meditation and clarity. Also, promise, earth grounding, promise, grounding, and earth magic also went as the bottom of the deck card for those earth cards, right? So, you know, what it's saying is like, it feels to me like you're really grounding into this King of Pentacles and the ability to manifest on earth into reality, you know, all your hopes and dreams from the star, you know, and like earth magic is that. It pretty much, I mean, there's just so much manifested magic on earth. But those who don't believe will never see it, right? So anyway, meditation, clarity, and creativity are your chakra cards. That's crown and third eye and second chakra. So any of you that are involved in art, creative arts, it's really talking about finding clarity and creative clarity through meditation. You know, and that also kind of speaks to me of vision. The artistic vision that we, as artists and creators, definitely experience in a variety of ways. Okay, but keep on trucking, guys. I mean, everybody has their bout with the devil. I mean, we're all stalked by the devil, you know, in our lives in some way and at certain times. So it's nothing to be ashamed of, but it's definitely, it's like, remember that once we understand the truth, the Queen of Swords, you know, which you did get with next to the devil, once she appears, we have then a responsibility to her truth. Ignorance is bliss, I suppose, but once truth, you know, is resonant into our energy fields, we cannot deny it. And if we do, that's when we become friends with the devil, right? So she's coming through to like cut the tie with the devil and really allow for some healing so that, you know, you can find that reflected well of reality within yourself and consciousness, okay? All right, guys. I don't know when I'll see you again, but, you know, I always appreciate our time together. Thanks for being here, and I may show back up with another reading, and it may be some other random content that I decide to put forth, you know. So who knows, but I'm sure I'll see you again, and until then, stay rad. Water signs, go with the flow.